The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. From the offices of Duke & Duke, 100 South Broad Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19143. Let's take a look here at the, first we'll look at the FTSE. You can see that was the first chart up. The second one is the German DAX, and as you can see, the German DAX has made some type of a double top, and it's now making a Gartley. This is a shorter term pattern, of course, but it is making a bearish Gartley as we speak. Folks, a lot of things have happened this week, and I think we should talk about them just a little bit because one by one they're starting to add up. And I think when you add it all up, you're going to have to realize this is not the time to be wildly bullish the stock market. First of all, on Monday, we had our good friend Stan Harley on the line, and he was talking to us about the fact that, yeah, maybe the market could be topping, and there were some signs that were there. And one of the big signs, of course, was the advanced decline line. Well, you can see the advanced decline line topped on July the 5th. Here we are at the 30th of July, and we're still, this thing is starting to roll over. Another one that he talked about that was very, very important was the fact that the Dow Jones Transportation Index, which is a really big one, that's one that, part of the Dow theory. And that was an interesting one that he also brought to our attention to tell us that it was something that it looked like it was going to be a down move. And I posted that chart earlier this week, so I don't have it in the chart thing right now, but you could look at it yourself. Just IYT is that, but that has rolled over. And now the other thing is that, market feedback is really important. We've waited for earnings reports for all of these companies, and some of them have just been, spectacular, like Apple, just absolutely spectacular earnings, and the stock, sells off, quite a bit, which was not unusual because, we were looking at Apple on a possibility of this very large butterfly pattern that also happened to be a 3-drive to a top pattern starting last August. That was a year ago when it topped on August the 31st. We've now completed the butterfly pattern and a 3-drive top with absolutely spectacular earnings, and the market doesn't go up. I mean, I don't know why, but that's the reasoning behind it. The news follows a trend, folks, and maybe things are going to be changing. Who knows? I'm just giving you some of this information. So that was on Monday. On Wednesday, we had Jeff Hughes on, and he was telling us that, they were seeing signs of distribution up here, also looking at the flow of credit and the fact that, money was getting very, very cheap, and the fact that the evaluations on these were, sky out of the sky. And so that was the 3 or 4 other things that added up to it. And then I think the real big kicker here was, look what the app, you talk about market feedback. Now here was Amazon that didn't make their earnings. Look at this, folks. They took this stock from 3,800 to 3,300, a $500 drop. That's 9%, folks. And that's usually not a good thing. I mean, you're not going to see that gap may be filled, and maybe not. It will be because all gaps are filled. But well, they usually are, but that's a big drop. Now we should, if there should be buyers coming in because this is a clearance sale, but take a look at it. We got to be watching it because we just have to be prepared. We're starting to see signs. You're seeing market feedback. You're seeing statistics that are just not adding up. And we know that the Fed is in there. We know that they have your back, and they're always going to be taking it up to the upside. But we don't know. We remember one of the key reasons why we thought there was a bottom coming in after that big debacle that we had on Monday into Tuesday was the fact that what happened to the NASDAQ, the Hang Seng. On that day, you'll notice here that we made a perfect 78% retracement from the September low and exactly 61% from the March low of 2020. Now, you can't make that up, but what you have to do is you have to watch the rally here. And the rally rallied from 25 24,900 all the way up to 26,400, which is the 382 of the previous swing. And if we go below this number of 24,900 in the Hang Seng, it's telling us that support that was there is probably not going to be there. If you've ever read the book My Own Story by Bernard Baruch, or if even I think it's in Jesse Livermore's book too, maybe done a little bit differently, and that is that when the market was crashing in November of 1929, J.P. Morgan came in and he said, "I am buying General Motors at 50, and it's not going any lower than 50." And believe me, folks, 50 was a high tick for that day because it just melted down from that point. And then when they interviewed Mr. Morgan, they asked him, "Why did you not support?" He said, "Well, the market looked weak, so I changed my mind." So there you have it. So just because someone says it doesn't mean it's going to go. I'm not sure. I had one question over the night, and that was about the Elliott wave. Mr. Elliott has got, Mr. Proctor's got a lot of promotions out right now, and many people have asked me why I don't do Elliott wave. I've had a difficulty with it ever since I was exposed to it in 1970 by John Hill. John had the same difficulty. John said it's just as simple as ABCD, and if you get back to ABCD, you're talking about the father of fractals, Manuel Mandelbrot, and that's all I need to know. You are never going to convince Robert Proctor that the fractals have anything to do with anything other than ABC. They use ABC, they forget to put the D in. And that's what I think was important. But I'm way past my cues, into the, lost internet. Broadsword to Danny Boy, broadsword to Danny Boy. Come in, Danny Boy. The chicken is in the pot. The eagle has landed. I think we're out of business. Yep. We is out of business. Thank God. Uh-oh. Notricity. We got notricity. Something's wrong. And oh boy, thank God. Too many people on the internet these days, I think.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500-plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, yes, folks, we are having monsoons. That starts June 15th and goes to September 15th. They start mitigating about the middle of August, however. The chart that I posted here on the euro is a simple ABCD pattern. Right behind it, I posted it with a little larger time frame, a 4-hour. You can see how the market makes continuous bottoms. First, it's a 3-drive pattern. Then it goes down to the 4-drive pattern, which is just a continuation of the 3-drive. That's where it makes its final bottom. Then it has a nice rally, all related to ABCD. Folks, at the trading house we had in Pismo Beach for 6 years. During that time, I had the best people in the country that were Elliott wave people come and visit me. I had Bryce Gilmore, who almost lived there. He was there 2 or 3 months a year. I had Bob Miner, who was working with Bryce at the time. He was there quite a bit. Glenn Neely, the guy that wrote another book on Elliott wave. And they would sit there and look at the charts. And I swear to God, they could not agree on whether to buy or sell half the time. And I'm in there, buying and selling because I'm just looking, how much do I have to risk to see if I can make anything on this? I'm watching an ABCD pattern that I know it's going to work 6 out of 10 times. The problem is I don't know which of the 6 it's going to work on. So that's all it was. I mean, Bryce had the most amazing program I have ever seen, and that was the Wave Trader program. It's still available. Unfortunately, there's no support with it, but it basically went through all the calculations of all these different swings and came up with a ranking number of 1 to 10. And if you got to a 10, that was a time where all the ratios and everything came together, and that's you were supposed to look. That's how I came up with the butterfly pattern. I kept seeing this thing flash on the screen that looked like a butterfly, and it was nothing more than a failed Gartley, an ABCD extension. So that's how I got to it. And they would get to a 10, and Steve Shapiro and I milked that puppy for a long time. But we found out one thing. When that thing went to a 10 and the market didn't turn, be very careful, because 10 can become 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've seen that in coffee this week. Coffee goes from 150, to 210, 215. I mean, when that stuff happens, you don't have any control over that. That's a freeze down in Brazil, and that's what happened. So that's it. Keep these things as simple as possible. The problem that I had with the Elliott wave was 2. The ABC format was not a complete format. Mandelbrot's format, his seed, as he called it, was a perfect A, B, C, D, and that is the fractal that I deal with. So those of you that use it, you know that it's simple to use. You quantify your risk, you put your order in at D, hope for the best, pray that the worst doesn't happen to you, and you should be okay. But remember, this is a real critical week that we've got going on here, folks, and a lot of things can happen. Now, let's just talk about the Fibonacci numbers here for just a second with the Elliott wave. Here is the Robin Hood. Now they're calling it hoodwinked is what they're calling it now. The stock opened at 40, dropped all the way to 33, rallied up to the 61% retracement at 38.25. That gives it a price objective in the next day or two at around 31.25. Just start following it, folks. I mean, it's not going to be a mystery anywhere. I mean, it's going to get down to around 32 or 31.22 to 30, and then it'll have another 61% retracement. Prove it to yourself. As Twentyman says, defy human nature, because that's what you're really doing when you're trying to do this, is to go against Mother Nature. So hold on here one second. I wanted to cover one other market here, and then I need to move on to one other thing that I need to cover. We're going to do the hogs right now. Let's get this up right here, because this hog chart, folks, is a day late because we have reached 87 down here. That's the 61% retracement down there from that level in the hog market that Mr. Bo and Miss Ruby were talking to us about this early in the week. So that one worked out to be pretty well. Had to try it twice before you get it right, but you finally got it right, and it was able to pay off relatively good. All right, let me take a little. If you have any questions, folks, it's 877-927-6648. I'll be happy to answer them. But let's get back to the divergences a little bit. This week, we've seen a divergence. The New York Stock Exchange Index has had a divergence, of course. We've had a divergence in the NASDAQ, a very serious one. It could only get to the 78% retracement yesterday. We've had the advanced decline line, a very big divergence. The fear greed index, you know, the money supply, well, not money supply, but I forget what they call that thing. Margin debt is off the charts, and they got a bunch of people like this. Just, you know, they opened 12 million accounts. Robinhood did, folks. Those are new traders, folks. They have any idea what a bear market is. Well, they shouldn't, because they've never seen one. But this is where we're setting at a real critical time in these markets, and you've got to be extremely careful. We're seeing very serious signs, and the main one, of course, is the lack of follow-through. You get buster earnings in some of these things, and boom, down they go. Then the slightest little miss, and look what they did to Amazon. Being dropped at $500 from its high. I mean, that's still a pretty good job, but that's neither here nor there. So let's keep our eye on the ball here. I'll be watching this week to see if we get a nice ABCD pattern as a potential to the upside. Let's see if we got any questions coming into the den here this morning. Not too much. Everybody's doing okay here. So let me quickly check what the markets are doing, folks, just to see that what we're watching here on this thing. Okay, there we go. We got this gold getting down to 22. We had a real interesting thing happen yesterday that we talked about while we were on the air. I don't know if you folks remembered or not, but we were talking about the silver and the fact that silver was making a 61% retracement, you know, on the daily chart. And let me get it up here so we can take a quick look at it together, and I'll move this up here so we can see it. And you'll see here that we went exactly up there to it. Let's just hold on just a second here. I'll do it two ways so you'll be able to see it. There's this is the first way we're going to look at it here, is on the daily. And I think we are anyway. Just a second here. Yes, I will, Marshall. I will cover T-bonds for you. They're a really important one to cover too. We'll do the bonds here in a minute. There's a silver right here. If we look at this on the, let's just get this up here because we were talking about it just as it was happening. There is your, here it is on the hourly chart. You'll see here the number we were looking at here was 78. The high was 85. It was 7 cents higher, and it's already broken, 80 cents to the downside. So that was a pretty good risk-reward payoff if you were looking at that one. Now, Mr. Marshall Robinson wants to take a look at the Bondolis and I love the bonds. Billy Ray Valentine's loves the bonds. Hold on a second. I think we got a great setup coming here, folks. Whether it'll happen or not in our lifetime, I don't know, but let's get it up here. First, we're going to take a look at the daily, okay? And this is where we are right here. And you'll see we're looking in the interest of, we're going to have to make it to the break here. Notes, Market Marshall. Marshall, go to the mirror. Look into the mirror and say, don't trade notes. They're too slow. Trade the bonds. No, notes are good. Notes are the largest of all the commodities, folks. They have the largest open interest on anything, 4.5 million, I think. But you can see here, we'll cover the bonds when we get back. 877-927-6648.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, folks, we are looking at Treasury bonds for Marshall Robinson. I'm going to pass on the Treasury notes, even though I chart them. It's like watching tapioca when it gets bad. So I don't like to look at the notes. They're just they just don't trade enough. So Marshall, next time you come to visit, we'll look at it together, but I just don't want to get involved. It'd be like me looking at orange juice, and I'm not going to do that. Now, I've posted a few charts here in the bonds, going to the hourly chart. And you'll notice here, I'm going to bring it up here because I put the patterns in on this to go through this. When we're done with this one, we're going to be looking at the natural gas, which has just had some pretty big moves here. But you'll notice we have this series of ABCD patterns coming up here at 165.21. Now, you'll know we're trading here at 164.28. And the market's a little bit weak, and that can change in a heartbeat. But if the market starts to weaken, that's going to bring the old flight to quality story back into it, and that could be, another rally up to this level. But the key to this whole bond chart, folks, is, I believe, let's just get this on this big daily chart because that's the one you want to be looking at, and that is that big daily one. Let's get it up here so you'll be able to see it here. I just love computers, just love them. Okay, let's just take a look at the daily here because when the Fed came in, yep, Ruby, I'll take copper after we do natural gas. All right, here is the Treasury bonds. We went up to the exact tick, folks. 167.04 was the high, and that was a perfect ABCD sell there. It hit it right on the money. It stayed there for about 10 minutes, enough to get you filled, and then the market broke 3 handles all the way down to the 163 area in 4 days, which we covered, and now we're looking to sell that rally back if we get to 165.15. So that's what we're looking at in the bonds, and I'm going to break all precedent today, folks. Santa Claus is coming to town. I owe this to my friend. 1 second, Mr. Marshall Robinson. Hold on just a second here. Marshall comes down here to visit me more than my family does, so we have to take good care of him. Here we are. Here is the Treasury. There we go. There's the Treasury notes. Get this up here to take a quick look at it. And there we go here. And you can see here that we made some type of a major move here. Let's just we'll draw the Gartley in so you guys can see it from the high to the low. And then we'll be right on the money. Okay, here is the Treasury notes for you, Marshall. They look just like the bonds pretty much. They should because they're interest rates. But you'll notice here we made that ABCD. It was a 50% retracement from the high back when they were trading at 140 and change back in March when they were feeding us the tapioca that said, we're going to have negative interest rates. Well, sure they are, but maybe not in our lifetime. So that's where, let's just move this down to a smaller time frame here for just a second here. You're going to be seeing the exact same pattern that we're looking at in the Treasury bonds. Let's just draw it in so you'll be able to get a quick flavor for what we're looking at. That brings it up to right about there, and that would be up to 134. That's up about 10 to 15 pips, equivalent to about a point in the bonds. So that's the level that you want to look at. Anything above that, if you start getting above those things, then we can break out of that thing on the upside, and it could have another big rally. But that's the first big ABCD correction in this bear market. And Gartley said on page 222, sell the first ABCD correction in a bear market and buy the first ABCD correction in a bull market. Now, on the next waiting list, without further ado, we're going to go to one of our favorite people. Mr. Z has asked us to take a look at none other than natural gas, and we're going to get it up here to take a quick look at it right now. Let's just look at it on an intraday basis just for kicks and giggles. And we'll bring this up here. This is what it's forecasting for today. We should start a rally about now. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. And we're going to go down to the micro move up to the, you think about jumping around here today, folks. We go from a weekly chart. We go from a 2-minute chart to a weekly. Just stay tuned. If we can't find something, we'll make it up. There is the high, folks. That was an ABCD Gartley. Mr. Z was buying this stuff like with cunos dos manos, with both hands, as they say here in Mexico, down there at the 240 level, and he was getting out of it as it went above 400. We hit 418.60, the high. The 786 number was 418.10, and now we've had a pretty good correction. Let's just get the hourly chart so you'll be able to see it. And bada bing, bada boom, you won't believe your eyes, folks. You can't make this up. You take a look at this, and you're looking at a beautiful Gartley yesterday exactly to the tickerino at 409.90. That was a 78% retracement. It was also the ABCD pattern. And then if we refer to Mr. Gartley's book, Profits in the Stock Market, you'll see, what was it? None other than a beautiful Gartley pattern that just is spot on. By the way, Mr. Prechter does not recognize Gartley or any of the patterns in Gartley's book. which is okay by me. All right, now let's do one other thing before we get to the next thing, and that is to take a look at the old red metal, which is copper. Give me a second here, and I'll get it up here. I believe we've had a request for it, and let's do a 4 hour, because that gives you a flavor for what's been happening to copper, and we'll be able to look at it here. Should be weakening up here again. Here again, we're looking at the same type of situation here. Let's just get this. Okay, here we are. Here's copper. I'll draw the pattern in. I mean, it's, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see this stuff, but this is where the stock market was making a high the other day. We were making that 61% retracement. Get this up here to take a look at it. If you like this kind of stuff, folks, you have to join me on my all-day trading session. I think it's going to be August 19th now, and we'll be doing some of these. But we're there to make money. I mean, that's what we're trying to do, is to make money. And whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. But that's one of the things that we're trying to do as we're looking at that. You could see this. We've had the copper get up to 462. We came down, and what did we do? Let's just move it down to an hourly chart. And you'll be able to see the beautiful little Gartley on the way back up. It's very simple here. Just give me a second, and I'll draw this little puppy in, and you'll see that's why we like these things the way they are. And here it comes. 1, 2, 3. This was yesterday. Okay, now we've had copper out of the way. We've got hogs out of the way. We've got, what else we got in the way here? Anybody else have any questions in here? We'll do some, this is what we call the potpourri of looking at these things. So that's it. All right. There's snow in Brazil. Yeah, you can tell that by what's happened to coffee. That's for sure. We'll just remind ourselves of that. Okay, give me 1 second here, folks, because there is a very, very interesting Okay, now let's move up here second here to take a look at something that is very, very important, and it's not acting the way we want it to, and that is the old soybeans. Let's get this up here. Here's where we are. This is the November soybean, folks. This is the daily chart. We'll go through it 2 different ways. You'll see a look. Here's where we are here, right there on the we're right setting at the 78% level right now, going down to an hourly chart. I believe you'll be able to see the Gartley that's forming right now. Let's just get this up here. If you like Gartleys, and we do, and if you like Gartleys, we really do. So you're looking at the old HM Gartley pattern coming in, down about another 3 cents. You can become a farmer there for a nickel, $250. Your AB pattern went from 13.89 down to 13.50, dropped 40 cents. This one is almost at 40 cents. So that's what we're looking at. We'll live every day in an attitude of gratitude. We'll be back after the break.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, I'm going to post something here. If you remember the movie, what was it called? Wall Street with Michael Douglas and Charlie Sheen. You remember when he was on the phone and he said to the guy at the Wall Street Journal, he said, "Blue Horseshoe loves Endicott Steel." And that was a tip-off to push Endicott Steel into the news. Well, believe it or not, they do that everywhere. So we're going to do it now. You'll notice here, this is a 60-minute chart going back just about a month, back into July the 6th. And you'll notice that we hit the 61% retracement. We backed off to about just a little bit. And then we're coming up to the 78% level. And that's at 74.39. So what we're going to do now is we're going to blow this up. Let's just go to a 30-minute, maybe make it a little bit easier, I think, if we do that. Oh, I think we can. Yeah, well, this is good because we can see it clear as a bell. And that's no lie. Hold on, Mr. Okay, here's what we are now. We're just a second. Love these computers. Okay, here's what we're looking at now. We're wanting to get up here to the next level, which is right there. Okay. All right, here is the whole theory of why you do what you do. All right, I don't care if it's Elliott wave or 50-day moving average. You can call it anything you want. I don't care. Anyway, but the 78% level is at 74.30, all right? And you've got here, you see the fact that we went up to the 0.618 retracement and we immediately dropped $1.50 down to 73. That was a 61% retracement of the low from yesterday. And if you add that to this, that's going to take you to just about where you're going to be here. Clearing at 74, they're going to be on at CNBC yelling and screaming that crude oil is at 74. I can promise you that. But watch the 74.32 level, folks. 74.32 is a 78% level. This is a contract worth $74,000, boys and girls. That's a lot of money. It swings $1,000 a day, usually twice. I mean, $1 up, $1 down, $2 up, $3 down. It does everything. But at that particular moment in time, you only have to risk $40. That's half the harmonic number. The harmonic number in crude oil is 88 ticks, so half of that would be 44. So if you sell it at 32, you put a stop at 32, it'd be 77, and that's where your stop is. If you lose, you lose, and if you snooze, you lose too. But that's a beautiful trade, and I think it may not work, but the old cowboy's got it on his old desk here, waiting to see if it's going to be filled. We hit to 34. Oh, we hit 74.01. Oh dear. The early morning high was 73.96. So we made a new high. We make another new high. We're getting close. So that's it. Now, someone's asked a question, what happens if you don't get filled? Well, that happens a lot, boys and girls. You just have to mark that one up, and then you wait for the next pattern to form. It's all about the patterns that you're looking for. It's not the ones that you think you have to do. It's the ones, like, what is it David White says? Sell when you want to, not when you have to. That's got to be one of the best quotes I've ever heard here at TFNN, that's for sure. Of course, the all-time major quote that will be in the Expert Speaks was, gambling is rigged for the house, but equities are rigged for the buyer. Well, I've heard that before, but we'll see. Long term, it certainly is that way. All right, no other questions in the room here. Let's just get one other question that somebody might have another one looking at. All right, well, at least Marshall's the only one that laughs at my jokes. Sell when you can, not when you have to. That's exactly right. That is exactly. Buy them when they're crying and sell them when they're yelling. There's a plaque in the Chicago Mercantile Exchange floor up on the wall that's what it says. Buy them when they're crying and sell them when they're yelling. That's it. Okay, let's move on here to just a second here, and we will keep us apprised. We're almost down to that level in the old soybeans, so watch that level, folks. It's going to be around 1344. We're 1346 right now, so that's another one to take a little bit of time with. I had to bring copper back up. Something I missed on copper, folks. I got to look at this on the copper market because we had a big move up here in copper, and this is really worth your let's just get this up here. I had it on here to tell you, but let's move where we are. Okay, all right, you're going to see here, this is the long-term weekly chart in copper. Here's another one, was a divergence. Copper did not make a new high. Dr. Copper was giving you some thing. Now, this is not a head and shoulders pattern, folks, because the right shoulder is so much higher than the left shoulder. It has to be lower or equal to the right shoulder. It is way above it. It did make the 78% level up there at 464 and change, the number being 465. And now we're trading considerably lower, looking like we're getting ready to move lower. There's just so many divergences in the stock market that you have to pay, really close attention to it. Let's just keep an eye on here. We're getting really close here in our crude oil here, and I'm interested to see, what it's going to be doing here, and we'll do one thing at a time. So if you have any questions, 877-927-6648, and I will be happy to answer them for you if I can. Hold on a second here, make sure I don't miss anything here. All right, does anybody else have anything? This is Friday in a very, very active week. So the old gas tank is sitting on empty, still got a little bit left, but it's only got about 12 minutes left. So the 74, I see it 74, watch 74.32 dollar bill. That's the number. You sell it at 74.32. Put your stop at 74.77, and then you go to the church of what's happening now, baby, and say to the priest in hand, please make my permission work. Don't ever pray for your positions, folks, because you're in big trouble. Whenever you have to start praying for something, oh boy, that's tough. You want to be in control, and I know God is out there helping us, but someday she takes days off because when she closes a door, she opens a window, but it might not be on the same day. So remind ourselves that. But anyway, we're getting close up here in the crude oil. May not work, but look how it's getting there, folks. It's getting there a tick at a time. So that tells you it's not a real blow off or anything like that. But as soon as it gets above 74, you can trust your folks at CNBC and Bloomberg that they're going to be telling you that it's on its way to 80. And it might get to 80. Before it gets to 80, it's going to have a little bit of resistance. So let's keep our mind on the game here. So let's watch it, okay? All right, let's move on here to the next one that we want to talk about here, and that is the platinum. Someone's asked a question about the platinum, and that still is looking like we're heading a lot lower. We've been saying that for quite some time, and we'll get this up here to see it here. This is platinum. There are two keys here. Let me draw these keys in so you'll be able to see them. They're both very, very interesting. There's the first one here, and then let me do the second one here, because this tells you that the market is flat out bearish. You'll be able to use this in stocks when stocks finally rode down here. Oh, shucks. This computer. All right. Well, let's just take a look here. Here is where we are here with the platinum. Let's get this up here. Okay. Where's the commercial? All right. There's the 382 retracements. You get a 3-day retracement. You get another 3-day retracement. Both at the 382 retracements heading down and we're going to 930 in the platinum, it looks like. 877-927-6648.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave! Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of the Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
Okay, folks. Blue Horseshoe loves November soybeans at 43. They're trading at 44. I posted a chart for it. I posted the S&P charts. Folks, you look at that S&P chart on an hourly chart, that does not flat look bearish. It really does not yet. I'm just giving you warning signs of things that I'm seeing and hearing and watching. I've been doing this a long time, and, I know when they're trying to put something over on us, and I think this is one of those times, so let's just be careful and wait and see. But the post I posted posted the chart on the shut the front door. Just let me do this again, folks. It'll only take me a second. Hopefully I'll get this done correctly this time. And the number we're looking at here is 1343. We're 43.5. The low has been 43.5. So I'm trying to buy at 43, and then I'm only going to risk a nickel on that. But that is an ABCD. They don't work all the time, but that is a flat out perfect one. I can't even do this one for the 24/8 group or 24/7 group because I don't have any time to pull it out. because that's what we're watching here today. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know, but neither does anybody else. That's the good sign. So pay close attention to it. If we look at this on a little bit different time frame here, just get this up here to take a look at it. We'll just take a look at where, if we look at this just on a really short term, we'll put the old microscope up here. You'll see here that we're right here at that number right now in the what do you call it, in the soybean. So here your risk is really small. It got filled, so we did get filled. That's hard. Oh, we're trading at 44. Get out. You made $50. Anyway, boys and girls, we love you. See you on the flip side over the weekend. A lot of charts coming up, a lot of videos coming over the weekend. Big things are happening, and hopefully we'll take advantage of some of them. Put your stop in at 341 if you bought those beans. Don't risk more than enough for a farmer to buy a cup of coffee. So we'll see you on Monday.